Just waiting for our last driver to join up, and then we're back at it. The Midwest F1 League, of course, is back as usual Wednesday night. And as usual, I'm Crash McQueen. We are coming to you from Spa this evening, the Belgian Grand Prix, one of the more popular on the track calendar, sorry. Trying to multitask here. Okay, there we go. Once again, just waiting on our last chap. Okay. Excuse me. Like I said, Spa is to come. We are missing one driver, just waiting for him to join up, and then we can get right underway. There we go. Now we're about to get back. Now we're gonna get right into it. Okay. Lobby is readying up. The drivers are focused on the task at hand, and that, of course, is getting through this treacherous track of Spa. Now, of course, Spa is a very historic track. First Grand Prix going all the way back to 1950. It is a just over 7-kilometer circuit and is illegal by the FIA in two ways. And I say illegal, and I say that very loosely, as I'm not sure if it's exactly legal, but it is not exactly to the regulations that is specified for a Formula 1 race. By that, I mean that the pit lane is about 4 meters short, as well as the track entirely is 4 meters too long. So it's funny how that works out. But thank you very much, Nikki, for the sub. Much appreciated. Glad to have you part of the league, and thank you very much for the sub. What's going on here? Technical difficulties here. The stream is still up though, hey? I did have an extra invite. Let's see if I can get back in. Okay. Can you guys hear me? You guys can hear me fine? Yeah? Okay. Just got dropped out of the lobby for a moment there. But Wednesday night. Thursday afternoon if you're in Australia. Our trot back in to racing. And we were getting ever so much closer with the cars being released to the public now. Today being Aston Martin, yesterday being Mercedes, as well as Alpine. Mercedes or Alpine? What do you guys think, Seabury and Nikki? Which one did you prefer? And Aston Martin, did they do a good job? Yes? No? What do you guys think? Right now, Oswald Bacon's already retired from the session. Maybe a crash out. No, might have done that. Pass tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see about that. Pass is in a lot of people's bad books lately. A lot of dumb crap that they've been doing. But Jacko's leading the way. Hotspot is up in 2. Helg is in 3. Merc is bottom so far. Yeah, Merc is kind of soft. What about the Aston Martin? I felt like it was a pretty solid choice. Sorry about that. Alpine, Aston Martin. Yeah, Red Bull and McLaren weren't really anything special here, but Jacko's leading our way into the early stages of Sector 3, actually halfway done. Hotspot's still up there. Helg as well. Dead Text Message doing a fairly solid job. Helg is one of his first times here in F2, I believe it is. JC Blackley in 6. I don't see any movement around the park here, so I don't know. There we go. Now it's actually something's going down. Alright, Helg actually jumps up. Dead Text Message actually loses 4 spots, and we'll see if that's how it ends. Coming over the line is Jacko with the pole. His teammate HSVDT had a terrible time there. Hotspot is in second alongside Jacko in the front row. Helg and Money Matt are in the second row. JC Black and Dead Text Message in the third row, and then I'll continue down. But I think, yeah, Alpine looks good. Alpine looks real good. Real good. Now, last week, a little bit of a mistake in my mathematics made it so I didn't notice that actually Mahi Mahi and HSVDT tied for last week's overall points win. So congratulations to those two. Initially, I had it at Mahi Mahi, but with the penalty to Money Matt, it did move HSVDT up 1 spot and giving him an extra point to make it so that he did tie with Mahi Mahi. But as the qualifying finished, we had Jacko, Hotspot, Helg, Money Matt, JC Blackley, Dead Text Message where I was before, the Solo Virtuosi and Ray, followed by Suprines, A. Daltoni, Knuckles rounding out the top 10, Menace and Chucky Corgi 11-12, Gareth back 13th, ZGS 14th, and we have quite very large times here. 78 Corvette and Tim Lee are side by side 15th, 16th, and then to the disqualifications we got Kaz, HSVDT, Spaceman, Jeanette, Impossible Bacon as well. So HSVDT is going to have a little bit of a tough go to get some solid points here. It looks like the pink was actually going to be the line before BWT resigned. Yeah, that makes sense, but I don't mind that pink. It's actually not that bad. Some people can hate it, but I think it's not the worst thing in the world. But kind of going to the Constructors Championship standings as it stands right now, Prima is absolutely smashing the way. 300 points, over 300 points actually, 333 to be precise, ahead of Art. Watermelon car, yeah, not too bad. High Tech is in third, behind Art, about 55 points, I believe that is. And then as well as 56 points ahead of Trident in fourth. Carlin is 10 points back in fifth. Dams is 1 point back in sixth. Campos is several points back in seventh. Charouz is not too far back of Campos in eighth. MP is a decent ways back of Charouz in eighth, and MP's in ninth. My apologies. BWT is quite a bit back of MP, and it's virtually a battle for 10th between BWT and Bertuzzi. So can BWT hold off Bertuzzi for the lowest spot in the Constructors Championship? We'll have to see. Right now, Jacko is crushing the overall lead in the championship. So well done to him as well to his teammate for having a pretty skookum year so far, or season that is. But we are about to get right into it. The countdown goes null, and we are about to go live here from Spa. Like I said, Jacko up in the front row with Hotspot. We'll have to see what can be done into turn 1 here. Quite a few solid starts here. 78 Corvette seems to lose a couple of positions. Hotspot's going to try and send around the outside into turn 1, but looks like Jacko defends very well. Onto dead text message. Unique is done. And it's actually Money Matt, who's losing positions, goes all the way down. And an early VSC. Come on, really? Take a quick peek at the position changes. Hell loses out 5 positions, and Money Matt 10. Knuckles. Money Matt 12, sorry, Knuckles 10, Junkie 49. Really, yeah, safety cars. Oh, that ain't. We need to dive into our emotes, because we did make that Raise energy one, but that all fell through because Raise was annoying. So we need to, I think we have a second emote we're allowed to edit. We'll have to take a peek into that, see what we can do. Oh, we have a full-on safety car? Come on. Really? Oh. Like, why? Everyone's still on track. No one's dead. Well... like, why can't we just... I should be able to just to say, screw the safety car, get on with the racing. I should have the authority just to do that. Because, like, we've got all 21 drivers still here. Like, what are we doing? But anywho, Tim Lee, fan favorite, in the pink BWT, up quite a few spots. God. Those are quite the flattened safety cars. Yeah, Spa has the longest lap times in all of the F1 tracks, I believe, right? The longest average lap time. What else would be up there? Fastest lap was the 146. It's the fastest lap right here. Yeah, so 2 minutes and 23 seconds. So we got a 13 lap race. Followed by what I'm assuming is going to be 8 or 9. Menace, Superheroes, Knuckles, Chunky Corey all into the pits. They're moving up this. Bots, actually the biggest. Most positions gained as I search for proper English is Kaz going from 17th up to 9th, followed by HSVDT going from 18th to 12th. So some solid movement so far by quite a few drivers. And the only person to lose positions in the top 10 is unfortunately Helg. Oh, what's going on there? Can I have a new invite so I can restart, rejoin? Ah, by all means. Sorry to distract you from the action that was. Let's see. So what teams are left? There's 3 more teams left to release their cars. I think Alpine did a good job. I think they did a real nice job. Haas, Ferrari, Williams. Gotcha. Old man Vettel. Do you think that McLaren car is that much better than the Renault? I don't know if it is. Or the Alpine? Or was it just the skill of Ricciardo shining through? How much better would you kind of consider Norris to Ocon? Do you think Norris is 35 points better than Ocon? I'm not sure. Kinda a lot better. If every race was in the wets, then Ocon would be better. But Ocon has his days. He might. Yeah, I agree. He does. He's not young anymore. Latifi needs to take a big step as well. Latifi or Ocon? Latifi's no superstar. Ocon, yeah. Yeah, true. We'll have to see. Now, honestly, do you think that Fernando Alonso is that much better than Ocon right now? He's good, but he's freaking old. And he's been out of F1 for a couple of years now. So, how much is that going to come into play? He'll have a more reliable car in the Alpine. Yeah. He should beat him. He should beat Ocon, but if Ocon can challenge Fernando Alonso, A, that looks bad on Fernando Alonso, and B, that looks good on Esteban Ocon. If Fernando Alonso just smokes Ocon like Ricciardo did, then that's kind of what you'd expect, but also you understand that it did happen. I'm gonna say it right now. I might be under fire here, but I think Carlos Sainz is a little overrated. Shoot me. I think he's a little bit. I think their Ferrari is only using him as he's been a pretty consistent driver the past couple of years, and they're just he's a bridge driver. They're just waiting for him. They're just waiting for Mick Schumacher to get better, and then out goes Sainz. In comes Schumacher. I mean, I think if he deserves a top flight seat, he'll keep the seat warm for Mick. Exactly that. Excuse me. Exactly that. You know what? Giovinazzi's actually been taking steps as well. If this year he finishes ahead of Raikkonen, then you know that he's really taking steps. Raikkonen has his moments like you saw last year, yeah, that'll, and if they get him a decent car, get them a decent car, then, I mean, like in every F1 career, will it translate into real life where Max Verstappen goes to Mercedes? Because I swear to God that happens in every freaking career mode. Now what if freaking Verstappen and Russell went to Mercedes? Or when Hamilton retires? And that's just a 1-2 punch, like, oh. Yeah, I know. But it happens all the, like, come on, there we go, we're back green, alright. Janik gets an early pass on 78 Corvette. Jacko still leads, no real movement, no one was able to get a real good jump out of that Janet. Spaceman gets overtaken by 78 Corvette, or I think he fought him off Money Matt trying to get Chucky Porky down the line there. Kaz a little bit far away from the group there. Oh no! Oh, what? Is that 4 drivers? ZGS was sideways at the top of Eau Rouge. And 4 drivers are out. Wow. Wow. So look at when ZGS, then Spaceman hit ZGS, and then I saw Impossible, and then Menace was last. But not even that will bring out a safety car. Yeah, Bacon, what the heck, dude? Were you the third or the last one out of that? Clip that good. Oh, A. Daltonian looks to be trying to work on Helg, actually. Trying to go around the outside there as I'll bring back up my track map. You were the third one. Okay. Who did you hit, Bacon? Helg is able to defend 6th place as it stands right now. The penalties going to come back to hurt him in the end here. Dead text message getting 4th. He's getting close to JC here. JC, of course, on the mediums, and dead text message is starting on the softs. He's making up tire compounds. So take a quick look at them, and it's nearly an even split on drivers to mediums versus softs. Money Matt seemed to have gotten 78 Corvette, and that was because 78 Corvette is very much in the wall just after the final turn. Still no DRS, 1 more lap to go until we get that back. You hit yeah, ZGS was parked like right in the middle of the track, so that was a little bit of an awkward situation. Dead Tech was just trying to work on Jason Blackley to get into the podium position. I hit the car rolling across the car. Back gets overtaken by Jinnit for the last spot in the top 10. 4 out so far, 17 remain here in Spa. Usually this is a track that will give us a decent amount of DNFs. This, of course, was the few tracks that Tim Lee did top 10 in. A very memorable one. That was a very wet and rainy day in Div 1 race last season. Tim Lee is overtaken by HSBT as Tim Lee is going to 9th. I hit the car rolling across the track. Tim Lee looking for another top 10 finish here. Jay looks like he got a little bit oversteer coming at that turn of turn 15, I believe that was. JC Blackley trying to pull away from dead text message. Dead text message not letting him get too far as he makes a much cleaner turn 17 and makes up quite a bit of ground here. Might have somewhat of a move into turn 1, but he doesn't have DRS quite yet as he will get it all the way down. And A. Daltonian as well as HSVD move up ahead of Helg as Helg is pitting, as is Tim Lee. JC trying to pull away from Dead text message. Maybe those softs are starting to wear out a little bit. He does need to pit, so he might want to do that sooner than later. Try to get the best out of those videos as he possibly can. Looks like Kaz has spun out all the way back in turn 14 here. The text message is just outside a half a second here. He's got DRS, and Kaz is actually out of this race as well. So that's number 5 down here. Kaz has left the session. Alright. Janet Twin is trying to hunt down HSVDT as HSVDT is trying to hunt down A. Daltonian, and a little bit of a too late of a break in turn 8 for Janet Twin. It's going to send him a little bit deep. He comes back and slides him right behind. And 7th place at HSVDT. But once again, it looks like that text message is getting closer to JC Blackley here. Maybe having the better downforce here. And JC Blackley might be under a little bit of fire here into turn 12. Will Dead send it? He took a little bit of a peek. Really going there. Different racing lines throughout that little chicane there of 12 and 13. And JC still holding off Ray as well. Sitting right in behind. Dead text message. Knuckles takes that knee. And can Dead text message get it through the big swooping left-hander of 16 and 17? Looks like JC is just slightly pulling away. Actually, once again, Dead takes that turn 17 cleaner. Actually, never mind, that's a lie. He got the penalty going through it, but JC cuts that corner into the pit. Dead text message goes, so now it's going to be Ray's turn to try and hunt down the Carlin of JC Blackley. A second and a half separate the two drivers, so he's got a little bit of ground to make up and wants to put himself in DRS range. 5 drivers out, and as I said earlier, 16 main. Impossible Bacon, can you send Kaz? Said yes, and invite us. I think they backed out of the session. A couple of cars into the pit, that being 3 and 4th as the team is out and gone now. That is Jacko, the race leader right now. Hotspot still needs to pit as well, as does JC Blackley. We'll see where Dead Tech Message comes out in comparison to the other drivers. But what's not good right now is actually Nevermind doesn't really come up to any sort of difficulty as Jack makes an easy pass on to Chunky Corgi for 7th place, so won't really get held up all too much. And Janet and HSVT are going wheel to wheel through that nice little swooping right-hander turn 8. A lot of different turn sections here and a fun flowing track through the mountains. HSVT still holding on to 4th place as Janet Twin is trying to get right up in the gearbox and get as close as he can and maybe make some sort of pass. And it doesn't look like turn 12 is going to be it, but maybe a clean line through turn 13 and a lunge into 14. Maybe in the cards here we'll have to see, but no, it doesn't look like that straight is long enough for Janet to get alongside him. So we're going to keep going through turn 14 and maybe something maybe lined up into bus stop chicane up turn 18 into 19. Both drivers are actually catching Ray though, so Ray is losing some major pace now on those old softs. Janet is trying to get alongside HSVT. He's doing a very good job though. And he's going to get DRS as well as HSVDT into the next straight, and both actually go into the pit, so Ray's going to throw on some mediums. HS is going to throw on some softs. Janet will stay out for one more lap. Jacko is coming down the pit straight, so he will easily regain those positions on those drivers as they go up in 5th place. We'll have to see where they come out in comparison to Dead Text Message. It's actually Chunky Corgi that goes off track, and Dead will get the pass. Looks like Ray is just about to come out of the pits. Dead get ahead of him? It looks like he will, and it's actually Chunky Corgi that splits them both. HS getting right alongside Ray early on for 8th as he's got the pace on those softs and gets ahead of him going up into Eau Rouge. It's a tough turn to master, that Eau Rouge is. Neither of them actually getting the DRS. weirdly enough, so no battle back from Ray will be able to be made. Jacko's closing that gap down. Top 4 drivers still need to pit for some softs. Tim Lee gets overtaken by Helg, so Tim Lee falls outside of the top 10 as he unfortunately spins out just after the straight into turn 5. Just collecting himself up, going booked to go through turn 7. He's back on track in 11th place. Our money man is right on his tail, so he's going to have a little bit of difficulties holding on to that position, as actually he doesn't. So back down into 13th place does Tim Lee go. As we continue onward at HSBDT, trying to hunt down that chunky Corgi in the Campos. Oh no, dead text messages. Bins it somewhere. I didn't even... He is in the wall, and what was going to be a good race is now all null and void. So it is a full-on safety car, which is kind of an odd timing for that. So the safety car isn't going to be out here much longer, because once he passes, basically ends the race. Well, I think the safety car has to come in 2 laps before. So no matter what the track positions, or no matter even if the drivers are caught up or not, the safety car will just finish. So we'll get lap 12 and lap 13, whether or not the drivers are caught up or not. So Enos, I think, is getting a little bit of a lag in the lobby, so we'll have to see where he finishes. So he's done, whereabouts is he actually? So I think he's shown in the top 10 behind Helg, or 9th place, and Dalton is behind. So I think that's where Super Enos stands. It does have a penalty. Once more, and then I'll go back live in lap 12. So Hotspot's got a shot here, although he's on penalty. Jason Blackley is without one. If he can get an early overtake on Hotspot, he might have a good run at Jacko in first place. Jacko's on the mediums, and those are really going to help him on the last couple laps here. JC Yabi on the softs, as is all the drivers ahead and behind him up until 7th place of Ray. So Ray being on the mediums, a couple drivers behind as well on the mediums, so he's surely safe. Maybe able to fight with the back, but he's got to do some serious pace. F'd over. Dead stop. Last couple of drivers are going to be coming to the pit. Now, of course, we're driving past the crime scene. Early on, when ZGS was T-boned by Spaceman himself. 78 Corvette's actually going to come into the pit here. Maybe going to throw some softs, but I'm 90% sure we're going to get the message saying that the safety car will be in this lap. Usually it happens somewhere early on in sector 3 or just before that. But Tinley should be able to catch up to the pack, but 78 is too far gone. You know what, I haven't heard anything from Mahavir Raghunathan. What has he been up to? What has he pursued? He hasn't, nothing's... Yeah, I haven't seen anything he's raced in since his F2 endeavor. The 1-point wonder. Where'd this man go? Won't we ever get another man like him in F2? There we go, yeah, safety car is in this lap. Gonna go back at it here. We got Hotspot, who's right tight on the back of Jacko here, and he's gonna want to do it fairly quick here, but Jacko's gonna be a tough customer. Getting a little bit of oversteer. Hotspot does a good job to be able to swing around outside him, but Jacko gets off fairly well. Now Hotspot seemingly has the pace, but isn't gonna make a move, and instead completely cuts the turn. Isn't there a PA driver this year that is super garbage? I really hope so. No DRS is going to be had for the rest of this race, so Hotspot's going to want to get it done fairly quick here. Sets a perfect sector 1 off the get-go here in the restart of lap 12. Kira's back has already fallen back a little bit. Helg is trying to come at Ray a little bit there, and actually, yes, he is alongside of him into the big looping right-hander. Ray does a good job of sending it around the outside, but by doing so, he leaves Helg with the shorter way around track, but does another good job of staying close. But Helg coming back does a good job of holding it around the outside. Now JC Blackley is going to be under fire of Jinnit, as Jinnit is going to go deep, and unfortunately a little bit too deep and not taking a good enough racing line, and JC Blackley is still going to hold on to third place. Money Matt getting an overtake on Knuckles down the grid, and oh, that is... oh... that's not what you want to see. That sucks. A little bit of oversteer from JC Blackley, and that results in Jinnit getting drilled into the wall. Oh, what is HS gonna do? HS sends it deep in to turn 17, has the inside line into turn 18, still right alongside JC. JC does a good job of pulling around the outside. Jacko as well doing a good job as increasing that gap between himself and Hotspot on those mediums, but Hotspot has brought it back within a second, but unfortunately, yeah, Nikki, what do you think of that, man? That was... we'll have to see what is to end up there, but HS does a really good job coming through a route with a lot of pace, and with DRS you surely would have gotten fairly close to a pass there. And Tim Lee gets a move done on Knuckles. Knuckles is going to come back. Ray and Daltonian are going to battle into turn 5, and Ray, whoa, forgets how to brake and comes back on course and gets a little bit of AE, but back onto the battle for the final position on the podium here. And actually, if Hotspot's not careful, he might lose out for the podium entirely here, but Jinnit is gone, and HSVDT is in the position of Jinnit last time around this track, and JC is going to be under fire here from HS VDT, and HS gets fairly close, but not close enough to getting an overtake done. And this is the last time where Jeanette got spun out here. Now HS VDT is going to nearly get alongside him. A little bit of a tap in the back on JC, but running out of time HS VDT is, and with the penalty he just says screw it and sends it all the way around this outside. Gets the overtake on JC Blackley, but HS has the inside line. Getting ever so close as we are in top gear here. HS going a little bit off and wide. Jacko coming through the final turn and will take the feature race win. Hotspot should come over second. JC will climb into the podium after the penalty to HS VDT, but solid race from HS to get the overtake, and will actually move down into 5th place with Hotspot getting 4th, and the Garris back jumping onto the podium with the penalties to both drivers. Helg in 6th, Ray in 7th, Turkey Corky in 8th, A. Daltonian coming over in 9th, Money Man in 10th, Knuckles 11th, Superminas comes over the podium, I'm not sure exactly where, behind Money Man. Okay, see if that stands, and I think Tim Lee ran out of fuel. JC gets P2. Car snapped on JC at a gate, it's his fault, super unlucky for Jet. Completely agree. Where's 78 Corvette? Oh, he's in second. But that'll be it for the feature race, and we're about to get on to the sprint. That's super. Oh, he did just come last. So, I'm not sure what to make of that one. That was a little bit of a weirder one. But as it finished, we had Jacko getting the win, starting first, finishing first. JC Blackley coming over second, Garris Vac third, Hotspot fourth, HSPDT fifth, Hell getting sixth, Ray 7, Chucky Gorky eighth, Adol 29th, Money Matt rounding out the top 10. And into the survivors were Knuckles, Tim Lee, 78 Corvette, Super Diaz, Jinnit to win it as well. And the DNFs will go to Dead Text Message, Kaz, Impossible, Bacon, Menace, Spaceman, and ZGS. So race 1 is done. On to the Z Sprint race we go here in Spa. We'll have to see if it stays rainy, or if it stays dreary, or if it turns into rain, or if the sun will come out. Only one way to find out, and we'll be able to a mere couple of moments here. Alright, so we definitely did lose ZGS and Kaz, but we'll see if it finishes that way. You know, about being... Oh, alright. Alright, we're about to get underway here on the sprint race. I'm not sure, like I said, I think I guessed at around 8 laps, and it's going to be 9. So 9 laps separate us from the end of this Grand Prix, and we are on our way there. Chunky Corey gets the lead, and Hotspot as well as Helg seem to move up a couple positions. And Chunky, with no pressure into turn 1, completely misses the braking point and finds himself back down into 4th. Hotspot, Helg, and HSVDT are going to go 1, 2, 3 up Eau Rouge. Chunky Corgi is fairly close to HSVDT, doesn't want to lose too many positions. Ray, and we're going to have 4 cars go wide here. JC Blackley is under pressure here from Jacko and is going to send it to the inside line. HS breaks deep. He is forced to cut the turn there. And things have settled down here. We've had a lot of cars very uptight and close into turn 5 there, but it seems to have settled down here. The 2 Primas are sitting 3-4. Tim League is overtaken by Money Matt. Oh, a little bit of a tap from AE and Money Matt, and both are in the wall. Money Matt is alive. AE Adultonian unfortunately is not, so we'll have to see what to make of that after all that. And another safety car. Come on. Come on. Yep. Bring out the safety cars kissing. Nikki, how good of a cop-out question was that for the pre-race? Yeah, it's unbelievable. These safety cars, they I mean, I understand. It's a video game. It's less. JC Blackley actually answered the question. Need the car to be less sophisticated, but I want to make sure everything is as safe as can be. I'd rather have a 109 mile/hour top car that's really safe than a 210 one that's incredibly dangerous. Yeah, I don't think he got the reference. A short review fast pass basically said IndyCar, please. Yeah. Go watch IndyCar. Got into IndyCar. I feel like I should at some point give it a go, but I've just never been too interested in it. I'm just not the biggest fan of oval racing. I don't know. I'm not saying that just F1 is exhilarating every race, because it's just can't be boring. But I don't know. I've just never been completely behind the oval race. as well as there's no real, like, names in IndyCar that draw my attention. Like, the only guy I really know is, like, James Hinchcliffe. That's just because he's Canadian. And they post some of his highlights on TSN from time to time. But I mean, other than that, like, I really don't. As well as Will Power, just because I have a name. But as I can see here, James Hinchcliffe is not good. Who's that guy in the Scott Dixon, the legend, Marcus Ericsson, Grosjean? Yeah. See, now those are guys that I know recently. Marcus Ericsson. But I mean, yeah, I know Marcus Ericsson, but he's not like someone to draw me to. Maybe I'll watch a race or two this year. 1980, at the age of 40, you won a championship. What happened to Hinchcliffe? Why is he falling off so much? Decent chance of Logan Church. But back green we go. A couple of drivers mistimed that and go into pits. We have 6 full laps left. And we have BWT and Tim Lee drifting around turn 1. Very bold move, but not one that is going to pan out. It looks like he's actually exiting the pit lane. How tight he takes that turn. But Hotspot still in first position, followed by Helg and the 2 Primas, leading by HSBDT. Back to the action. JC Blackley goes a little bit too deep. I need to get back on my track map here. Into turn 8 we are. And he's going to continue to defend on Chunky Cordy. Chunky's not really looking to gain too much of a spot there. Speaking of spot, it's Hotspot in first place, and he's under fire here from Helg as Helg goes way deep around. And through turn 11, and we're going to have a wheel-to-wheel battle through turn 12 into 13. Hotspot still has the lead on the halo of HSBD2 Go. Helg still battling with Hotspot, as continually going wheel to wheel here, and Hotspot gets a little bit of the grass, and by doing so he invites HSBDT into the mix, and HSBDT doesn't really give Hotspot any room to race there, so he moves off the track and is on the gravel and back down into 4th place, and another virtual safety car comes out to play here as HSBDT is in 3rd place with Jacko getting an overtake from HSBDT, giving the position to Jacko virtually by battling with Hotspot and then not having the traction coming out of that turn, and Jacko was able to just sit back and wait in the weeds until there's snaked down by not 1 but 2 drivers who have no precision. And now Helg is in first, going to try and hold off those wily Australians in the Primas of HSBT. Jacko Hotspot going to try and get himself back on the podium, falling from first down into 4th as it currently stands, and Superninas nearly getting a good licking out of Chunky Corgi there into turn 1. And actually, yeah, he does get a good licking into Chunky Corgi. Don't know what to make of that. Back green. Nunez is going to try and actually just concede the position to detect Mr. HSVDT with overtaken. Oh, that's not good luck. Decent chance of whatever that. And Hotspot and HSVDT battle a little bit of contact. It looked like it happened. Two drivers here. Jack goes right into the gearbox of Hell. We'll have to see what Hell can do here in the F2 car. We know in the F1 car this will be a very good battle, but F2, it may be a different story here as Hell doesn't have the same experience that Jacko does in the F2 series. So Chunky gets overtaken by that text message, and that text message gets a good piece of the wall on his way through that turn. And Jada Twin moves up to the top 10, overtaking Spaceman as well. Superman is right behind Tim Lee, as well as Tim Lee is right behind Chunky Corgi. You might see a little bit of a battle there. That text message trying to pull away from those drivers there, as well as Hell is trying to pull away from Jacko, but not becoming too much success in that endeavor there. HSVDT is right in behind Hotspot here for third place, and Hotspot kind of pushes him right off the line as well. A little bit of tap between the two drivers as Hotspot's getting his elbows out, it looks like, as well as HSVDT. A little bit of aggressive racing is happening between these two drivers here. Hotspot getting a little bit of a tap in the back of HSVDT there, and they come on to the final turn with Hotspot sitting in fourth place and HSVDT still on third. So a battle for first and second, as well as a battle for third and fourth. And Hotspot goes down the inside line of HSVDT. Is that fastest lap by Jada Twin? It may have well have been, and he's going to try and work on Chunky Corgi as well for 7th place. No penalties to Jada Twin. A penalty to dead text messages as well as Chunky Corgi. So position will be given on track position alone, but it's actually HSVDT getting the overtaken, and I'm going to try and get on to Jada Twin again quickly, but it actually looks like Chunky pulling away there and nearly taking a little bit of a lunge at dead text message, but by doing so kind of gives himself a bad racing line. Jada Twin does a lovely little job sending around the other side there into turn 6 and gets turn 7, and he gets spun out once again. Oh my lord, unlucky Janet. I'm not sure what to make of that one, my friend. I did not see too much of that, so have to leave that one to the Sooners. Safety car kiss for the pass. Safety car kiss the Mercs. And Super Nina's trying to work on Spaceman to get into the top 9 here. We'll see what he's going to be able to do here. Spaceman in the dams. Super Nina's in the Trident, not doing too much right now. And Tim Lee's getting right back onto Chunky Corgi's tail here. We'll see what Tim Lee can do. He may be able to get alongside of him. He's a little bit nervous going through that. Jada Twin gets an overtake down on Canuckles once again for 12th place. Tim Lee not wanting to make a move, and instead it's actually, whoa, Tim Lee nearly saw what Chunky Corgi was doing and almost followed him with too much oversteer, and now reset on track from Mr. Chunky Corgi. He's going to give him a little bit of a penalty after this race is said and done. But still, as it stands, Helga's got the lead. Spaceman overtakes Super Nina's around turn 1 there, around the outside. And now Jacko gets the overtake on Helg into turn 5. Tim now up into 7th, the fan favorite. Helg back into 2nd. Super Nina's looks like he gets the move back done on Spaceman. Continues his way through. This is way more interesting than when Nicky races. Whoa. Whoa. Where did that come? That was completely out of left field. Just the freaking jab from Hannah. Out of nowhere. Nothing was said all evening. And then she comes in with just a throat punch on Nikki. But Jacko seems to be pulling away from Mr. Helgalian and hit with the snake bite. Exactly that. You were just walking along the path in Arizona. A rattlesnake just came up and got you right in the heel there, Mickey. You didn't even ask for it. You're just enjoying your time. Out for a stroll, you were. New pog champion. Yeah. Yeah, the internet is still getting over. That song stuck in my head for like 2 days now. Jacko's still leading the way here at first. It looks like he's his first piece of bread in Hulk sandwich with HSBDT. Right now, Hotspot doesn't look like to be able to have an opportunity to come back. Closest battle as it stands right now is actually 12, 11, 13 between Chucky and Corky. And the gear is back as well as Knuckles in the middle here in the Carlin, replacing Kenny tonight, as Kenny was getting a little bit of issues, so unfortunate stuff from him. But we venture onward, and Knuckles is trying to do Carlin some favors and some solid points here. 12th place is where he stands so far. I'd like to get back up into 11th, but he's got that Chunky Corky ahead of him here with the penalties to both drivers. Knuckles actually only has 3, Chunky has 5, so 2 seconds separate these 2 drivers in the penalties, so Knuckles would overtake if the race were to end this lap, but we have 1 more lap to go here, so we'll see what is to be done. And a big penalty from HSVDT in 3rd place there, so that's going to push him off the podium as it stands. So he's got to increase that gap between himself and Hotspot above a second for him to get that position. Yeah, the dude in the old video was like really something. He had some interesting views. Very open book. Ginger Twin is trying to work himself back to the top 9. So Spaceman is ahead of him here. The penalty, really? Oh my goodness gracious. Do I have another invite? I don't think I do. No. That sucks. Just dropped the lobby. Well, I think that'll be it for what a way, yeah. Okay, well, I think that is going to be it for me here tonight. The race is just going to end. I'll post up the results up to the Twitter page if you're still interested on how that finished. Will Jacko win? Will Helg finish second? Does HSVD hold off Hotspot for 3rd place in the final podium position? Does Tim Lee hold on to 7th? So many questions that would have been cool to be answered, but not today. So that's it, I guess, for me. I've been Crash McQueen. The Midwest F1 League will be back tomorrow with our Div 1 racing as well as our other divisions go. So be sure to check that out if you're very much interested. And if you are, please do so. But from myself and from the Midwest F1 League. You have yourself a fine rest of your evening. Hannah, take it easy on Nikki. Come on. That was ruthless. He didn't deserve that. But anywho, that is it for me. Have a good rest of your Wednesday or Thursday, wherever you are in the world.